YouTube, what is going on? Titus here, coming at you with a new daily vlog. I don't really have a topic for today. I just wanted to kind of chill out with you guys, and I have a new series that I want to do with you guys about high school survival. Now, that may be a bit of a cringy topic, but I ain't got anything else on my plate to do, so I thought I would come at you guys with some of that. So, I'm going to break it down into two parts. In this part, I have two basic things that I want to talk about. The first thing is homework, and the second thing is girls. Now, I know what you're thinking. What do those two things have to do with high school? Well, homework is obvious, but girls is another topic altogether. So, oh, that tastes good. This is a vape podcast. No, I'm just kidding. So, homework is one of the most important things in high school because of how everything pulled in together. It sort of accumulates different levels of importance, and to me, high school and homework go hand in hand. It's because there's so many people out there who will ignore homework and they'll let it bundle up to the side, and it's a huge part of your grade. So you got to keep on top of that. I mean, in high school, I was sort of the lazy kid in high school. I pulled out of high school in 2016, barely with like just barely. I made it. You know, if I had fallen off any more than I had in high school, I probably wouldn't have been graduating until 2017. And one of the things that I know what you're thinking, like, why am I, someone who's barely out of high school as is, trying to show you guys what's up with that? The reason for me is because I want to try and give any sort of knowledge that I have about high school to you guys, so that you can use it in your most favorable way, because it can help. Any advice can help, and I'm not someone who, I'm not a genius, but I do have some knowledge about high school that could help you guys out. So you're gonna hear about it. Dabbing on them. No, I'm just kidding. But like in high school, whatever you're doing is that you think is more important than homework is probably not as important as you think, as it is that you think it is. For me, I didn't like homework one bit because it's homework, you know. So it's just a way for schools to determine your level of dedication outside of high school. Whenever you think about it it's not that big of a deal. You can just go ahead and get it done, get it over with, so that you can enjoy the rest of your day. But I liked, looking back on it now, I actually enjoyed high school a little bit. And I kind of miss having that sort of structure in my life. Because things can get pretty boring and monotonous without, you know, some sort of structured routine. Like for me, I'm free balling right now. I don't have any sort of dedicated anything to do besides make YouTube videos and play music. And I haven't played music in a while since I got back for my trip to Tampa. But anyways, back to the subject matter. I've probably talked about homework and all the aspects that I can, other than the facts that it's important for you to focus on homework, and it's important for you to make sure that you got all your ducks in a row with homework, because it can pile up quick, and there's always a deadline on when you have to get that stuff back to the teacher. So it's harder to be able to do that sometimes. I can understand that, because in high school I didn't want to do homework. I didn't want to do anything but play video games. And I mean, you can see I've got my PS4 set up right there, but I haven't been playing video games, and I used to enjoy doing that. I've sort of fallen off on most of the stuff that I enjoy to do because I don't have a routine. And that's why I'm trying to make YouTube my routine again, because I miss making videos for you guys, and I know that over time this can accumulate to be a career for me. It's just a matter of time. And the cool thing is about high school, you have all the options in the world that you can do. You have all these different opportunities that you can be a part of, and you can have a dedicated sort of time to do that kind of thing. What's hard to believe for me now is that I can't go to college as easily as I thought I could. And it may seem like, oh, you want to go to, why would you want to go to a school after school is over? And the real thing is that you can get a really good career out of going to college, doing your studies, finding out what your major is, and once you do all that and it comes in together, you can make that a career. And it's easier for you to get a job if you have a diploma and have a college major or associate's degree or a master's degree. It just gets easier and easier for you to find work that way. Because the transition from high school to being out in the real world is a hard transition to make. I lived on my own last year for a little bit, and it was the hardest 2 months of my life because I didn't have a car back then, and I was walking to work and back. I lost like 25 pounds in a matter of 2 months, but I was playing video games every day and working from 4 to 3 in the morning, and it was not easier. But basically what my point is that if you do the hardest work that you can in high school and you try to show your best attributes, if you show how hard you work and you work as hard as you can at it, then it'll be easier for you to find a college that you want to go to, and you'll be able to do a lot more with your life. Now, with homework to the side, girls. Those girls in high school are going to drive you crazy. If you could imagine living in a world where you're always, well, you can. If you're still in high school, you know what I mean about girls. Like they'll always be on your mind, and they'll distract you from your homework. They'll distract you from your classes, and they'll make you feel like you're the best thing in the world. And then they break up with you 2 weeks later, and then you feel so depressed and sad and monotonous and all that. It's hard to describe what it means to not focus on those things, because for most guys, except like I wasn't that focused on it in high school. It was like, meh, whatever. I'm going to focus on my classes. But I got through high school by the skin of my teeth because I just knew that I had to keep working at the stuff that I was bad at, and eventually it would make me good at it. But one of the classes I didn't like was math. But anyways, back to the subject. Girls will literally drive you crazy. They'll break up with you, or you'll be with a girl and then she'll want you to do her homework, or she'll want you to go out with her all the time, and you'll be just thinking girls, girls, girls in your head. But it's not as important as you think it is. You got like 20, 30, 40, 50 years to focus on that kind of thing, and it's not as important as you think it is to focus on that on girls. Like, if you put it in perspective, high school is literally only 4 years out of your life. And you don't want to spend all 4 of those years obsessing over who's going out with who, what are you going to do, what's there to do with a girl. You know, you don't have to obsess about stuff like that because it's not as important as you think it is. It's all a matter of getting yourself to a point to where you can work as hard as you can, get your classes up to good grades. And if you get your classes up to good grades, you can go to college. You can have this dream world life where it's all good and happy. But it gets harder the worse you do in high school. Like that's when stuff really gets hard to do, because you feel like you're not going to make it. But don't get discouraged. If you're in high school right now, you're going to make it through. It's just a matter of knowing what are the right steps to take, and what are the constants that you know are always going to be there. High school is probably an experience that I actually wish that I could go back and do over, because now I realize, me being out of school, I realize how important that time was. How important it was to make sure that I was focused on what I needed to be focused on and getting my work done. Because now YouTube is sort of my career, and I haven't been nourishing it. Every sort of thing that you do has to be nourished. It has to have fire behind it. It has to have passion. It has to have everything important to you. It has to, show that you like it. It has to show that you're embraced by it and that you want to keep going with it. Like for me, YouTube got hard because I didn't want to keep making the same video every day. And not that it was the same, but you run out of things to talk about when things are monotonous. So, but I'm going to try and do daily uploads, and with this series, it's like, it'll probably just be one video, but it'll be daily vlog number 6. This is daily vlog number 6. Yeah, so things will get better as long as you focus on what you have to in high school. And homework is one of those things, and girls are one of the things that you don't need to focus on. Another thing that you don't want to focus on is gossip. Gossip in high school, not a thing you should focus on, because it's pointless. It's like talking about what happens and what people are doing to other people is only interesting to a point. It has no purpose. It has no meaning to it, you know? So just don't focus on any bullshit that people try to tell you in high school just to try and, you know, make you focus on them, or popularity polls or anything like that. Popularity doesn't even matter in high school, because you know what? I was popular in high school. It didn't get me anywhere outside of high school. I was still me at the end of the day. And you have to be happy with who you are. You have to be happy with where you're at. And I'm preaching to the choir here, because sometimes I can feel sick, and I can feel like I don't have any purpose. But everybody struggles with that kind of thing. You can't allow yourself to get too depressed. You can't allow yourself to get too unmotivated to try new things, as long as they're healthy, you know. So yeah, homework and gossip. Well, homework is a positive. But knowing the teachers is a positive, because they can help you out. You can get tutors; those are a positive. You know, you can start driving. That's a positive. A lot of those things can happen in high school really quickly for you, but you can't allow yourself to get too overwhelmed by things, because high school does happen fast, but it doesn't happen too fast. So it's not that big of a deal. And gossip is like, it's just a waste of time, you know? There's only so much time that you can have to do what you like to do and really show what you're there for. And that goes for any job, that goes for any sort of school experience. You only have a certain time that you have with it to show what you're made of. So you can't allow yourself to get too overwhelmed by it. But that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, or drop a comment, or subscribe to see more. This is Titus. I'll see you guys later.